Alright, I know everybody thinks all I do is work on doors, but today we're going to be talking about our door beeper system, so our third shift alarm. On a Gen 2, which is what we're at right now, Gen 2 with a vestibule, so we have 6 doors in total here. The door alarms are actually wired through every single one of these doors, and I can show you exactly how those were wired. So basically on these door closers, this little control board right here has the ability to have its contacts used as auxiliary contacts. So what we did was we went through and we cut all of these auxiliary contacts off and then tucked that wire in the back. So we put a little wire nut on it so it doesn't short out to anything, and then we tucked it in the back. So that's the first step to disabling all of these contacts. And we had to do that on all 4 doors. If you are at a Gen 3 store, you will also have to do the secondary vestibule off to the side by the coffee bar, or actually by the other side of the registers. So keep that in mind. The next step is, once we have disabled our door operator auxiliary contacts, we're going to take those wires, and I'll show you kind of what we got going here. So this is our wires coming in, and you want to make sure that you find the exact ones that they are. So there's a couple wires that are really similar, but it's going to be a 2-wire coming down with a red and a black. Don't get it confused with the encoder wire, which is 4 wires in it and goes over to the controller itself. That's your encoder. You don't want to play with your encoder. And then you also, in addition to that, will have a 2-wire like this guy, and that usually works its way over to our button. So that's not that 2-wire, so you just got to keep track of which 2-wire it is, and it's going to be this set. Now they were pre-bundled and we're already wire nutted because there was 2 doors. So when you look at this one, you'll see it's got the pin coming in like that, and this is where you would find your connection point. That's where your auxiliary contacts are in the back there. Now when we did this, what we did is we centered our hole, and we just punched a hole up through the middle here, nice and easy. You just, when you do that, want to pull your wires back so you don't accidentally hit anybody. We popped up through there, and then we brought our 2 door contacts down. Now here we're using 2 because 2 front doors. We don't need to worry about the other 4 vestibule doors. However, if you are at a Gen 3 location, you will have to make sure that you get the other door that's going to be in the back. What contacts do you send it to? Color of wire doesn't matter because this is a switch, but what you are going to be wiring to, and I'll try to get it in focus here. Future Andre here. The contacts you need to use are normally closed and common. And you're just mounting these guys up, and then you're putting your matching magnet on your doors. So I'll show you that shot. It's not that long of a job, but it does require a little bit of time kind of disabling all of the other doors. And you'll see, that's what we're shooting for right there. But once you get it in place, this is a lot easier to service than playing with these Stanley door operators to try to get these contacts working, because once these boards fry up, or once you break one of these switches up here, once you break one of those switches off that control board, now you're going to be dealing with trying to get that to work correctly, or get these cams to line up correctly, to get those switches to turn on and off, to get your door alarm to work correctly. So, just a little tip. Have a good day. Alright, and the final result will look exactly like a legacy location.